Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. Tim, when you look at the makeup of these rosters, what similarities do you see with these teams?
Well, I think the number one thing they have in common is experience. Both of these teams with a handful of veterans, something I think at times is undervalued in today's NBA.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've got MP, Jeremy Sohan out there with Jared Allen. Then it's Anthony Black, and it's Burton in at the 3, the small forward.
And he quickly picks up his first foul. That's something to be aware of.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
A nice shot by Richards.
And that's just Giannis making the right play, feeding the open man.
Here's MP. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Rebound by the 76ers. First chance of the year for them to go up against this Warriors team.
Last season, they got swept in a 2-game season series against this opponent. I'm sure they're looking for payback tonight.
Yeah, their pride took a hit. I think this game means just a little bit extra because of that.
And here are the Warriors now. Following that last three-pointer by Philadelphia. Here is Sears. Here's Brown. The rebound by Gomez.
Well, that's a good high percentage shot. He just couldn't convert.
Drives to the hoop. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Brown. Here's Podziemski. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
The 76ers have gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. Back to MP, beyond the arc, and he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And you just knew that MP was going to come back and match that three with one of his own. I love how competitive he is.
Here is Sears. 15 in his last outing. The fader. Brown can't hit.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved he didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
MP shot is good.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Brown. Three-pointer. Sohan with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Back to MP. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. A look now at the leaderboard to see which teams had the toughest defenses this past season. The Warriors, #1.
And their gritty mentality when it came to defense was really infectious. They were the best last year at holding opposing teams to low-scoring totals.
Outside, Brown. To the paint. Here's Fleming. Oh, rejected by Allen.
Yeah, terrific block by Allen, making his presence felt on the defensive end.
From deep, MP. Shot's no good there. Now 6 for 8. Warriors trail by 11. Pass to Podziemski. Fires for 3. Sears with the bucket.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
Philadelphia has gone 3 of 4 on threes here in this first quarter. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And MP getting to the stripe. Always want to drain those foul shots.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
To the wing, right side. 5 to shoot. Here's Roddy. Rebound by the 76ers. This game coming after a loss versus the Bulls.
In this league, you have to stay active at both ends of the floor. I thought their lackluster defense was the difference in the game.
Well, that's a great point, and you can also add poor communication. The rotations were slow and sometimes not even there at all.
Here's Barrett. Really played well against Phoenix in his last game. From outside the arc. The rebound by Allen. The Sixers lead by 11. Here's Burton. And here's another one for the Sixers.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
Here's MP. And at the buzzer, counted.
Just textbook. Kept his cool and waited for his shot.
That's just great awareness. One eye on the clock, one eye on the hoop.
And so it's MP making things happen for the Philadelphia 76ers. An insane quarter. No. He's checked in for Jones. Philadelphia also making some changes. Sohan's checked in for Craig. MP comes in for Johnson. And Black subbed in for Hawkins. Pass to MP. Jacks up a 3. Gets it to go. He's now 9 for 11 on the night.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
I think everybody in here is in shock. In many ways, their team just hasn't shown up.
Taking a look at Philadelphia. They've got MP. Anthony Black out there with Dimon. Then there's Edwards. And it's Sohan in at the 5. And it's in there. Antetokounmpo's got his second basket.
Yeah, what a sweet move from Giannis. Just breaking down the defense there.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bulls was a man on a mission. He added 43 points and was locked in from distance. It was impressive. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Yeah, spot on, Allie. It really was some night for him. He couldn't have been much better, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., there was nothing they could do to contain him. Once he got rolling, it was game on.
Well, he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive.
Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss.
Well, the defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
Edwards, the pass to Gomez. There's the screen. Oh, there's the alley! And Edwards slams it in.
If the play doesn't open up his shot, then trust MP to give it away.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Barrett with it, still without a bucket. And we're seeing teams now that have found success with twin towers inside. What's behind that, Tim?
Well, there's a big difference between positionless basketball and small ball. Key is, if you can be big and skilled, that's a pretty tough combination to match up with.
No matter how the game changes, rebounding is always going to be a factor.
It's always key.
Connects from downtown.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
And slam that thing through.
A nasty two-hander. And he banks in the layup. Hendricks has gotten 4 this quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Let's see how last year's top scorers stack up on the 2K leaderboard. MP, number 1.
For him, it was a season to remember, and I think his fans would say the same.
Pass to Burton. Black outside. Back to MP. Philadelphia moving it around. Sohan outside. Just 5 to shoot. And he lobs it up. Black outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Burton. No good with the triple. The Warriors have gotten 7 of 10 attempts to drop in the second quarter. Yep, that one goes.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Pass to Gomez. To the inside. It's stolen. Outside Pajemski. And here's Richards. Outside Barrett. Six to shoot. It's hauled in by Black. The Sixers lead by 20. MP outside. Back to Black. And he's going for the oop here. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Oh, the length of Allen is exceptional, helping him reach past the defense and jamming it home.
And here's Brown. Here's Pajemski. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. The Sixers on top, up 19. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Philadelphia 76ers.
This is a shooting clinic. If I'm their coach, I'm not changing one thing.
Yeah, when a team is this in sync, they make.
All right, let's turn now to take a. That does it for half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
His whole first half looked like a highlight reel, rising up and just owning the rim.
That is explosive. He can jump out of the building. Just incredible.
They've got Nick Richards. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Jaylen Brown. Then there's Brandon Podziemski, and it's Sears in at the point. That's the Warriors 5. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, before games, Jared Allen makes a point of fist bumping and connecting not just with the teammates and coaches, but team staff, security, ball boys. He said it's showing everybody love. They're all a part of it. I'm getting them hyped for the game, and it gets me going too. Back over to you.
All about that connection. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
And Brown with the stuff.
Oh, a huge slam from Brown. I like when he doesn't settle for a layup there.
Back to Black. Down low. MP inside. Defended by Podziemski. From deep, MP. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. Warriors trail by 20. Pass to Sears. Richards with it. Picked up by Allen. Now here's Antetokounmpo. And it's blocked. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
What a play. I mean, that'll have the offense thinking twice about taking shots in his presence.
The Sixers lead by 20. To the middle. To the wing on the left. Burton, the pass to MP. And he lobs it up to the rim. The shot no good.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
There is no doubt about it. They'd love to have that one back.
Throw it down on the lob.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. Black passes to Allen. Back to MP. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Pass to Black. Now Sohan. Back to MP. Tipped. Outside Podziemski. Driving inside. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You've got to love the effort. That's big time.
And he's got his 4th free throw of the game. Well, every team is looking for wings who can defend multiple positions. Who's at the top of your list, Tim?
Yeah, I look at a guy like Lou Dort. Look at a guy like Jaden McDaniels. They've got length, a whole lot of want to, and they've got the ability to guard multiple positions.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Podziemski with it. Now guarded by MP. There's a screen. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Offline with a 3.
He created the opening. He got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss is just on him.
And here's MP from outside. They get it again. Burton gets the bucket.
Well, when you grab the offensive rebound, you're already right there at the rim. It makes the putback that much easier.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. There's 42 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Jones peels it out. Jones with a screen on MP. Left side Barrett. Count it. Barrett's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Here's Gomez. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Struggling to get it going out there right now. I think he's pressing just a little bit too much.
Now here's Barrett. Here's the 3. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Philadelphia. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, playing for one another. That's the definition of teamwork.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Dimmitt out there with MP. Then there's Edwards. Then there's Johnson. And it's Craig in at the center position. Here's Barrett. The rebound by Dimmitt.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Philadelphia moving it around. Here's MP. Misses the baby hook. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for Golden State. They trail by 16. Here's Barrett. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Brown, he's checked in for the Warriors. Allen, he's checked in for Philadelphia.
And with Barrett, we know he can score the ball. Now he must focus on becoming a better passer and facilitator.
Pass to Allen. And there's the lob. It's picked off. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Here's Hendricks. Here's Gomez. Giannis with the rebound. Warriors trail by 14. Here's Brown. Barrett finds Brown. Brown going to work.
When Brown gets the ball this close in, he knows he can finish. Just a matter of execution.
MP up top. Pass to Edwards. And here's MP. Inside. And MP throws it down.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying, we have to fight. Now is the moment. We have to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's the pass to Brown. Oh, he misses the layup.
The rebounding differential is a major story in this game.
Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
Well, you can just feel it right now. MP is making this game his own.
And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. They trail by 16. Outside Podziemski. Here's the pass to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, he missed the jumper. The 76ers have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. And he slams it down.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. The Sixers lead by 14. Now Black. There's a minute 40 left in the fourth. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. And the Warriors shooting efficiently, 50% so far. Brown. And yes, sir! In stride on the lay-in from a sweet assist.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Here's MP. Another steal! Podziemski with it. Now guarded by MP. Now Antetokounmpo. A minute 9 left in the final quarter. He shoots! Oh, Giannis working inside.
And Giannis has a ridiculous combination of size, skill, and athleticism. Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the 76ers.
Well, I have to comment on their strong performance tonight at the charity strike.
And it might have won them the game. The ability to draw fouls and capitalize can be a real difference maker.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, They set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And what a huge performance it was for MP.
Yeah, no doubt. He was the most impactful player for their offense tonight.
Here's MP. And stolen by Brown. And out of bounds, the 76ers will take it. We look at all the turnovers. Boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
Oh, touches it off the glass.
It's impressive how confident MP is down there. It feels like he can score at will when he gets it in that area.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Philadelphia calls timeout. Only 2 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. All right, guys, what's your take?
Unique timeout here with the game pretty much settled.
Yeah, well, obviously the coach sees something he doesn't like.
Throws it up.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us on this presentation from 2K Sports. So long, everyone.